something true. I used to love those. I was good at them.
That was fun.
That's harder.
Was that algebra?
That was what I was good at.
Yay,
No,
math.
it was all geometry.
Oh.
Are you sure?
Well, algebra, you had to do like the
Calculus.
I never did calc. I did pre-calc. And I'm like, wait a second, I don't want to do
What's
this.
that?
You mean hero system?
I hate it.
It ruined my entire college GPA.
Yeah.
It was calculus. It was just ruined. I had to take calculus 1 and calculus 2.
The problem with Calc 2 was like
I was a bioengineering
everything
major.
built on
You actually needed it.
Yeah.
something earlier. So like you just could not miss an actual class of Calc 2 and
No,
expect
you
to do
couldn't.
well.
I threw a party when I dropped Calc 2.
In your pants?
Nope. An actual party.
Yeah.
I invited a bunch of people over.
Did it feel good?
Yeah, it was great. It's one of the best things I've ever done in my life.
I was in pre-calc in junior year of high school. I was like, because for some reason I was on the track of like, high in math. And
God
I
knows
was like,
how you
I
ended
do
up in
not
that.
want to do this one bit. I got like the first assignment in homework and I was like, nope, I'm done.
I just remember.
And I never went back to, I took stats in college after that because that was the only thing I needed to do for my math.
Look
that
how
was
most of these
also-
streams we start with singing, and now we're just talking about calculus.
That was also one of the
talking
worst
about
mistakes.
how
I
much
made
we're
in
good
at math.
college.
Don't
took
stop
stats?
me now.
I took statistics. I thought it would be a really great idea
you
to
go.
take statistics in the summer and teach it to myself.
Who has all my pens
So
and
I
pencils?
did it like an online.
What's that?
You did
Who
it
has all my
online
pens
at Penn
and
State?
pencils?
Yeah, so
And
I
my
did a Penn
dice.
State online course.
Where
so
are my
basically had to
dragons?
Teach it to yourself.
What does Caldron get if I
Was it
reach them?
dumbest idea
Advanced
ever.
stats?
You
'Cause
can't
the
do
stats I
anything
took was
without
pretty
them.
simple, basic stuff.
It was statistics.
powerless.
for
I can do a
people
lot
doing
without
hard
them.
science and-
Oh. That's a big difference than the stats.
Yeah,
That's like,
and
here's
what
the
I've
fuck off
learned
class
afterwards,
at a
like,
state school.
I got through the stats class and it was fine, but I didn't have enough of a good understanding.
me the Crown Royal
and
back,
then
too.
stats came up all the
And,
fucking time
markers?
in science. Like I needed to know it and I just wasn't good at it. Oh, it's the worst.
That is the worst. No, yeah. Me and my English theater major, it was like just need to have a math.
Yeah.
A math.
A math class.
Approximately one math.
Actually, I think we needed 3.
I will take one math, please.
And then we
sir.
needed a bunch of computer classes. I never understood that. That always pissed me off. Where it's like, really?
That doesn't make any sense.
It's 1997, people.
Computers
are
not the
ubiquitous.
future.
I've gotten my university supplied email address that I log into the terminal with. Clearly, it's the future.
The terminal.
Yeah. I was
The
one of the few
network.
people who had a computer capable of logging into the terminal on my dorm room floor.
I like that.
People used computer labs. I used my own personal computer so I could play Civilization 2.
And that's
For
mostly
all
what you
time.
did.
Yeah.
Like a sucker.
Drank blackberry brandy, smoked clove cigarettes, and played Civilization 2.
Welcome
you
to
sound like
Tito
a
in college.
douche.
Yes.
I know.
And I didn't talk to anyone on my floor. Except for the 3 friends I had who we did a Tecmo Super Bowl season with. That was pretty much it.
That's good.
Yeah. It was good times. And then I played D&D.
That's what I did in
Nice,
college.
nice
too.
segue. There.
Yeah, all right.
Just like,
Dun, dun,
I like
dun.
that. I
There's
like
a
where
bit of
that-
silence.
and then,
That was nice.
oh wait.
We're actually live. Hi, people. How are you?
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, we are live?
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that whole thing when I was saying that normally we sing.
Yeah.
Instead we're just talking about math.
I thought you were just.
I hate math.
I don't know what.
So
you were
anyways.
talking about.
This
the
is the
dice cam
Escapist
working?
Dungeons and
Yeah.
Dragons stream, where we stream Dungeons and Dragons.
I guess it is. Yeah, it's just a dark background.
Yeah.
If you don't know me by now,
Yeah,
I'm
you
John
can see it
Bolding.
Hi, John Bolding.
I dungeon master this shiz. I'm joined today by the 3 people I'm always joined by. Janelle Bonanno.
Hello, everybody. Oh, I am playing Heckabee, an Eldritch Knight.
Now she's an Eldritch Knight.
Now
Can they get?
she gets badass.
I am Greg Tito. Hello. I am playing Mero Footlights, a half-elf actor, theater producer, and sometimes
Half elf,
Corpse.
half dead.
yeah, sometimes corpse.
Occasional corpse.
It's only partially dead.
Yeah, I had my miracle pill from
Oh, Miracle Max.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey everyone, I'm Justin Klaus. I am playing Caldron the Hale, the mercenary cleric.
Yarg.
Yarg.
The Merrick.
Merrick.
The Merc with a mouth.
Right.
That's what we call him.
Is it?
No.
I didn't think so.
That's a very different character.
Yeah.
I really, really,
You're breaking all the fourth walls.
really didn't think that's what we
So
were.
we're in Waterdeep.
You were in the city of
Tito's
Waterdeep.
recently
It's-
back to life.
Marrow
true.
is back to
Good.
life. Yes. And now we're going to be playing Lords of Waterdeep.
Throw
That's
everything
really
off the
what-
table.
that would be
roll out the
amazing.
board. Surprise!
Here we
That's not what we're
are.
doing.
Who wants to be a Master Ward of Waterdeep? It's so much fun.
I do.
I kind of do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Sounds cool.
I'm gonna play some workers.
I do that. I'm just kidding. We're not doing that. So
But I want to go to Field of Triumph.
it's
Select 2 fighters.
it's been cold, right?
A bit.
As winter comes on, it's December now, the last month of the year, right? I'm sure there's an actual Forgotten Realms name for that. I'm 100% sure there's a Forgotten Realms name for this month. And yet.
The fire is
Waterdeep-
green, guys. The fire is green.
Waterdeep is beginning to decorate for the winter solstice. The one of the largest celebrations of the year. It celebrates essentially the turning of the year, and it's dedicated to the moon goddess Saloons. It's the shortest day of the year, so the moon goddess is very powerful, right? And it's another holiday. It's actually shared with one of the holy days of Joaquin, goddess of trade. And so the atmosphere of the city now is it's quite upbeat, right? There's a lot of people coming in to sell their wares. Tradesmen are in the streets trying to sell their creations for holiday gifts and things like that. So yourselves stalking the streets, investigating murders. Well, you've had varied results with that.
Have you seen any dead bodies? No, but happy holidays.
Yeah, it's a lot like that. Y'all ever seen a dead body before? No,
Do you want to?
I don't want to. I'm good. It's really
Happy holidays.
fine. Okay.
So we were gonna try and talk to the guards, right?
Right. When last we left everyone, you were headed to the Field of Triumph, which is where the castle or the small fort used by Waterdeep's city guard garrison is.
Mm-hmm.
So
And we were asked to look into this specific matter. I'm just now remembering, so I'm
Right.
saying it out loud. So
course.
for the benefit of everyone, that I was brought back. Marrow was brought back to life and at a severe discount by the temple. Right?
There wasn't any discount involved.
They didn't actually ask for our money.
they
correct?
didn't ask for your
They
money.
didn't take our money, remember?
They
Let
didn't
you
take any
keep
of the
it.
money that was supposed to be, and in exchange, we need to get the head of a large beast. And it just so happens there's a large beast rampaging through Waterdeep.
Not quite.
There's
So,
something.
we still had to pay for the diamond. We didn't get charged whatever the extra amount was because they were. There was a question as to whether or not your soul would come back. So Caldron got quested by the Cleric of Tempest because it was a Cleric of Tempest and a Cleric of Alondra. Alondra, right?
It was peace, the goddess of peace,
The goddess
Yeah,
of
I went to go get the
Yeah.
goddess of peace, and he went to.
which is
Yes.
very different than the goddess of peas, who is a green costume, lots of small spheres all over her.
So Caldron got quested to bring back the head of a great, powerful beast. And then Alondra was more vague, but it was basically, we were like, there's this problem in Waterdeep, and if Morrow wants to keep his soul around, he should probably deal with it. But you may not have to do it if you don't want to, but you should probably do it.
Right.
So we
So-
decided to do it.
Yeah.
all signs pointed to
like
Because
you
we're
do.
trying to catch up with the caravan
Right.
of dragon cultists that left
But
Waterdeep.
Holt's taking care of that. Holt knows, and he'll signal us if there's anything that's wrong. Holt's a very
Well, it's more of the question of like whether or not
Judicious.
they would leave the path. Because we know they're heading for...
In the
they're
next-
going north towards Neverwinter, but they might not actually get there. So,
right. But we estimated that a half day or a day of delay wouldn't be too terrible. We'd be able to catch up because they were
The
slow
road
going.
is broken.
Yeah,
or
they're going
something.
slow.
And
so
we'd
they're
be-
going slow.
we
We're
were able
still
to
on
catch
a
up
clock, though,
on
I
horses.
think.
Yeah, definitely.
Like we definitely want to be as quick
Figure
as
out
possible.
whatever this thing is.
So
that's
even though I'd
sucking
like to
souls.
like all Mara wants to do is just lay down
Sleep.
and sleep.
Nope.
Every bone and muscle in his body hurts right now, including his mind.
And also the ones that you didn't know you had, but now they hurt, and so you're pretty sure they definitely exist.
They gave me
They
new
also
muscles,
hurt.
which also hurt. Mm-hmm. So I'm stronger now, faster.
This is not Neo from the Matrix.
Yeah.
Nor is it the $6 Million Man.
I do not know Kung Fu.
I do, though.
Okay, so we're heading for the Field of Triumph. Try to talk
Yeah,
to the
presumably
town guard.
you are at the guard headquarters in the Field of Triumph, which is a squat, a kind of very practical fortress, clearly not really meant to stand up to extended siege, but very functional for holding a large amount of soldiers who may need to deal with riots or the like.
Do we have a plan other than trying to like go into the police station and ask them about an ongoing investigation?
I don't think we got.
Something tells me they're not gonna be forthcoming with that information.
I don't think we got to the plan part.
But look, guys, God told us that we needed to do this.
One of the many
so-
gods. No, but we were gonna look in to see if there was any, right, like if there was any deaths, any strange deaths.
Sure. My question is, what is our plan for them actually telling us that stuff?
I don't know, man. I just want to lay down. You just talk to him.
It might be prudent to talk to the populace, like the homeless people in the area where all this is happening.
You have contacts in the homeless people.
Yeah, I think that was that our plan?
That was another. That was another
Maybe that
plan.
was it.
Was I going to do that?
Let's do it. I'm excited to be a part of that plan.
Sweet.
I'm just gonna lean up right here. Go talk to some people.
Yeah, I'll watch the corner here.
I feel very ill.
Well, if you guys want to go talk to your not underworld contacts, shady, I can try the guards, but I don't know how fruitful that will be. I have a sort of idea of maybe how I could spend it, but
Do they have any system here for bounties and the like where people could either help the law enforcement for pay? Or...
we know they have bounties of some sort because presumably Holt turned in Salazar's head before he left Waterdeep.
Well, we're already here, right, at the guards. Why don't we just ask them? The worst they could say is no,
Okay,
right? Wouldn't they want help? I'll go in. Fine, I'll go in. Hello?
So,
John's like, I have no idea what you're doing right now.
I'm going to go into the dark.
so there's
Guard.
a large gate, and there's like a smaller door set into the larger gate. And so you knock, and one of the little slit slides open, and you can see the upper half of a man's face, and he says, "What's your business?"
Well, oh man, we've heard that the city is under attack. Oh, hold on a second. Let me start at the beginning.
Where's Justin?
I was just dead, and the priest told me that there is. In order to make up for me being resurrected, that I need to get him the head of a large monster or beast. And he also said that there were attacks recently here in town that may be of a large monster or beast. We're trying to find this beast, do the right thing, and help the town. And of course, the guards can take all the credit for it if you'd like. But is there any reports or anything along those lines? Have you heard of any of this?
I was going to say, I was like, if he doesn't just kick you out, I don't know.
Wait. I have money.
Did you drink before this?
I'm role playing as a guy who just got
I know, I
resurrected.
know.
It's very important. Can we talk to someone? Oh no.
So that went really well.
Door comes open a little bit. Guy kind of leans his head to the side. I don't get paid enough for this shit.
No, you don't. And I'd like to rectify that.
Oh my god. Come on.
All right. These are my friends.
Sure.
It's good to meet you. I'm Marrow Footlights.
He closes the door and he just kind of starts off through the open hallway ahead of you that goes into a larger courtyard. And he takes you into what must be the kind of immediate guard room, right, where the people actually watching the gates would be. And there's a few other guys in here in the livery of the City Watch of Waterdeep. They're kind of in various places. A lot of them have patches denoting that they work for particular lords or guilds as part of the watch or what have you on. And he takes you up to a guy who is sitting at a table. He's kind of an older gentleman with salt and pepper hair. He was clearly, really, really strong at one point in the past, but he's kind of put on a lot of weight. And he says, Watch Sergeant, these people are asking about the recent murders down by the harbor. I thought you might want to talk to them. It's kind of a story. And the guy kind of sits back and he says, well, of course. Yes. Sit down and tell me what's going on. Oh, Soleus. He holds out his hand to you guys. Soleus Crouch.
Mr. Crouch, I am Marrow Footlights. These are my companions, Hecabe and Caldron the Hale.
Good day, sir.
What I told the guard on duty outside is that we are tasked of finding the person who or perpetrator of these murders, and we'd like to help you. Obviously, you have a lot on your hands. You've got the whole city to look after. And these are some extenuating circumstances. We'd like to offer our services as special assistance in this matter.
Well, it's probably not even murders at all.
What do you think they are?
Just people. When winter comes on, there are those with no place to go. Sometimes it's unfortunate, but...
Well, we would like to get to the bottom of it for you either way.
Are you looking for money?
Not at all. No.
It's an issue of divine compulsion.
I see. Well,
But the good gods, though.
far be it for me to get between someone and their religion.
So where were the recent reports of murders? What streets?
Oh, well, let's see. There's the Dockside Avenue, where we found several of them in alleyways or what have you.
Are they mostly homeless? Is that what you were implying earlier?
All, as far as we can tell.
What is the condition of their bodies?
Withered, old.
Sucked dry?
No. I wouldn't describe them that way myself. No.
Wrinkly?
Usually.
Raisined?
That perhaps.
Do you have do they have a morgue of some kind where these bodies are kept before they're disposed of?
No.
How were they disposed of?
Be given to the priests, perhaps, or some charity. I don't really know. I don't pay attention to such things.
I see. It's the details.
Not my job.
Unimportant. All right, so what were those streets again?
Dark side.
The Dockside Avenue,
The Dark Side Avenue, yes.
as well as
Very unfamiliar with that street. I don't have a pencil. Do you have a pencil, sir?
have a quill.
No graphite?
What?
No charcoal?
What?
Sketch?
No.
How do you do sketches of your... Thank you, Caldron.
Also not my department.
Dark side. Now
You
is
said
that
he was the watch sergeant?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he also tells you about another street called Wharf Way, which is both of these are in the kind of southwestern corner of the city, by the old city walls. So they are they're named really simplistic things from basically when Waterdeep was much smaller. He also says that one of the victims was found in a purchased bed in a tavern called the Drunk Duck.
a purchased bed?
Yeah, so like he bought a bed for the night and then was found dead in it the next day.
Where did you? Who reported these disappearances to you?
Well, to me, mostly in some way or another, just watch patrols that were called by residents or found the bodies themselves.
And do you think that there'll be eyewitnesses at the Drunk Duck who might have seen these bodies?
Oh, maybe.
Excellent.
You're really wasting your time, though. I doubt it's anything. Just a bad year.
Yes. No. Well, we just want to make sure. Obviously.
Gods are fickle. We'll indulge.
Suit yourselves.
Would you want any kind of report of anything we find, or are we?
Of course.
Are we done here?
If you find anything interesting, we need to know.
All right then.
Yes.
Are we on official duty by the watch?
No.
No.
Oh. Well, I thought maybe we
that
could
would have
get
been
a
cool,
badge or
right? Can we have
something.
Can we get one of those fancy badges?
No.
Where did you get those?
On
Who,
the
who do you work for?
So my question is on the off chance we might
City.
have to, let's say,
Water deep.
Yeah,
kill somebody because they've done
they've got
wrong.
special lords
How would
or
that
guilds
go
on them. I
over?
didn't know if he had any of them.
In the line of duty.
Shouldn't kill anyone.
We should capture him and bring him here.
Probably. Yes.
Okay.
Here? Okay.
Just checking.
What if it's a beast or a magical creature of some kind?
There's some kind of monster roaming the streets. What is your intent again?
We're going to stop these murders. Prevent more of them from happening, hopefully.
I see.
For the gods.
Right.
Right.
To keep the peace.
For Waterdeep.
I think it's best if you're all on your way.
Goodbye.
Okay.
I agree.
I can roll some persuasion if it's necessary. So that he doesn't think that we're nuts.
No.
Nope, that's too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that role has
Did I
passed.
tell you guys I should have napped before we did this?
You mentioned it.
All right, let's
At least
go.
once.
Let's go to the Drunk Duck. I need a stiff drink. Possibly one that's a stimulant of some kind.
A duck.
A Drunk Duck. Let's
Yeah.
go there.
Okay.
I'm gonna head for a Wharfway.
All
Wanna
right.
split up?
Yeah.
Calgin, what if you get attacked by the beast that sucks people dry?
I think I'll be all right.
Hmm.
I am in fact not a homeless vagabond.
That's true.
That's true.
It's very astute of you.
You actually are not
Goodbye.
a homeless vagabond.
Goodbye, Calgin.
Goodbye forever.
Goodbye forever.
I'll see you at the Drunk Duck.
See you at the Drunk Duck. We're never gonna see Huckabee. We're never gonna see Calgin again. Huckabee.
Do we need to... Maybe we should follow him.
Maybe he's the monster we have to kill.
Oh, God. What happens if there's a murder when we don't see him?
Maybe you're the murderer.
I'm with you. I would
know.
make you the murderer, too.
I've been passed out dead for like a long time. Maybe I did it when I was.
No, your body was too heavy. I would have known if it disappeared.
Oh, okay. That makes me feel so much better.
So,
Drag.
Caladrin,
Yeah.
you are at Wharf Way, which is it's a long, narrow street that runs between what is basically warehouses and businesses, and on one side, and the absolute maze that is the beginnings of Waterdeep Harbor proper. So almost literal maze of wharfs and connecting bridges and docks that make up this area of the city.
Okay.
There are all kinds of sailors about. There are people haggling over prices and yelling at each other, unloading things from ships into buildings. There are little narrow alleyways that go up between warehouses and things like that. It is a very busy part of the city. I mean, it'd be hard for something to go unseen here.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm assuming that the Sound Watch basically did no kind of investigation of any kind. They just found a body in the snow and like, oh, probably died of natural causes, and just like picked up the body and threw it in a giant pyre.
Methinks you've been a guard before.
Caldron has been a guard.
That's what I mean. He's like, he knows the drill.
So I'm gonna try and kind of look around, ask a couple. If they're not, because the sailors are probably just coming and going. But
Right.
anyone that's like either like at the front of a warehouse or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
just kind of poke around, ask about people who've turned up dead,
Right.
Whereabouts, and then try and kind of narrow it down from there.
Okay. Go ahead and roll investigate for me.
Skill that I have absolutely no plus on.
Yay.
9.
Okay. So a few hours later, all you've really figured out is that, someone did turn up dead here a couple weeks back. The rumor you get is that the body was pretty gruesome looking, like it was all shriveled up.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the people in the area are actually just saying like, yeah, he was probably under there for a long time. And it was probably, he probably died like in that alleyway before the snow fell, and then the snow fell and he had some time to dry out, and then he got all icy and frozen, all shriveled up like that.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is of the sort of universal opinion that it's a horrible tragedy, horrible tragedy, horrible tragedy.
Does anybody point me in a specific direction of a certain alleyway?
Everyone's like, I think it was that one over there, which definitely immediately like, this is pretty much an alleyway between two warehouses.
Okay. Can I look around there then?
Sure. What are you doing?
I guess trying to just see if anything looks unusual.
Okay.
I mean, it's an alleyway, and there's gonna be a lot of refuse and stuff like that. But
Right.
something that stands out.
Okay.
As to, like, it probably doesn't belong here.
Yeah, roll perception.
Use the white one because you can't really see the other one.
Yep. 7.
You got a 7.
Yep.
So you walking up and down this alleyway. So all the streets here are really steep because they all go right uphill alongside these warehouses. And so this is like a trough shaped alleyway almost. Like you walk on like one side or the other, and in the middle is like runoff and sewage running down straight into the harbor. There's trash scattered around, a couple boarded up doorways. Otherwise, it's much like any other street in the city.
Stupid 7.
Yep. Let me think.
I hate 7s. At least they're not 3s though.
Let's see if there's any spells that would be useful.
Of course, I'd be like, hey, yeah, I can help, but I think every dice roll that I make is at -4, right? Today?
Yes.
So
What you should do is
my
actually
investigate is not going to be...
you should do a lot of trying to help someone else.
I'm going to try and help you.
Because you just make a roll as to whether or not you give them advantage.
So, as this is going on, Heckabee and Morrow are in a rowdy sailor's tavern called the Drunk Duck.
Woo!
Finally.
My kind of place.
And these are people with an irregular schedule. So, though it is the middle of the morning,
Can I see the player's handbook for a second?
there are more than a few people in here. Sailors who have just gotten back into port, or who were on like the night watch shift all last night, guarding cargo, all kinds of things like that.
Look at that guy's tattoo.
Oh my gosh.
There's a tattoo of a kraken crushing an island.
That must have hurt.
That looks amazing.
Wonder
Where did
he
you get
got it
that
from.
done?
He falls all the way over backwards. Completely drunk.
It must not have been here. Somewhere very far away. Probably in the Isle of Dread or something. So, where's the innkeep?
There is a gruff, gap-toothed man behind the bar selling grog. So there's that.
Well,
Hey.
we'll go up to the bar
Okay.
and get his attention.
Got any wake up juice?
I can wake you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'll put down a 2 pieces of silver. Your
Uh,
best wake up juice.
he slides that just like over the edge of the counter, and you hear like a clatter. And he turns around and like walks down the bar from you, snatching a couple mugs off the wall as he does, and he just like dunks them both into a huge barrel and pulls them back out. He walks back over to you, slams them down, and he says, "But wait!" And he turns around, he uncorks a big ceramic bottle, and he pours like a splash of whatever that was, and you can smell this like potent aromatic smell just rolling off of it. It almost burns your nostrils a little bit, and then he gets like a spoon, then he like judges, he's like, yeah, that looks clean enough, and then he like swishes both of them around and he slides them across the counter. He's like, yeah.
What was that smelly stuff?
Huh?
What was the fragrant stuff that you broke in there?
Ah,
Out of curiosity.
Luskameister. Yeah.
What's that? Is that a local delicacy?
It's no, it comes from Luskin. It's farther north of here. It's brewed with herbs, I think. Yeah,
It
spices.
smells terrible.
It's terrible.
I'm excited.
I take a sip.
My mouth is watering.
He's like, no, wait, and you're like, it's not to be sipped.
Oh, the sipping is bad.
Don't sip it. Don't
All right,
sip it.
you ready?
As tears
There's
roll
two.
down
There's two,
my
right?
eyes.
Yeah.
Heckabee, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Clang.
Yeah, it's like fire and regret.
I feel alert.
You do actually feel pretty alert.
I feel regretful.
You should both make Constitution saving throws.
Oh, I hate you, John.
This is all your fault.
Oh, I was totally going to be an 18, but
That's
it's not.
what you get for paying 2 silver in a pirate bar.
It's 6.
Yeah, -4.
Oh, for saving throws.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So yours is way less than that.
Yeah. I got 2 total, right?
He went backwards. He caught it. He didn't
I
throw
feel
anything.
alert.
He just caught it. There was no throw there. I got a 15.
Okay. Heckabee, you feel pretty good
I'm a
about
drinker.
that
I could do
plan?
this.
That
Yeah.
was you could maybe do that again
Okay.
in the next 24 hours, but maybe you should wait a little while first.
Sign the wager
Morrow,
next time.
not so much with that being a good plan in any way remotely. But you are instantly drunk right now. Like you're going straight to buzz.
Great.
You're going to be drunk in the next
Like
This
it
is
hour.
wasn't
the
bad
best.
enough 2 seconds ago.
This is the
Yeah.
best wake up juice I've ever had.
You do feel alert though.
You should charge 4 of the gold pieces from
Oh.
everybody in here
So,
right now.
and I just kind of push him over the stool.
Hi. Hi. Why are you pushing me?
I was wondering if the owner of this establishment is around.
I'm the owner.
Oh, pleasure meeting you. Heckabee.
Dance.
Nice. We have been tasked to looking into some recent murders that have been happening around Waterdeep recently.
Bought a bed. We bought a bed here.
And the guard and the guards had made mention that one of those bodies was found in this inn.
No murderers here. No,
Maybe a man
not-
who
not
passed away in
recently.
his sleep.
Oh, yeah, the old timer.
He
Yeah.
bought a bed.
He did.
I should rephrase. We're looking in to see if their murders are connected.
Well, Didn't seem like a murder to me, but fine, I'll take you upstairs.
Sweet.
Okay.
And so, he asked if anybody else wants a drink for a second, and he calls somebody up out of the back room to watch the bar while he's gone. He takes you upstairs to a long, low-roofed room with just beds just going the whole length of the tavern. It was probably maybe an attic, or this building never had a second floor, and they just kind of built one in to rent out.
This is a nice place.
It's not.
Can't do
Your friend can't hold his liquor.
Who are you calling a psycho?
It's why I try to keep him on a short leash usually.
Proceed.
Here you are.
Thank you. When did this occur? Like how long ago?
It was last week.
Last week?
Yeah.
Anything else happened that day that was unusual?
Don't think so.
Monsters?
I mean, unusual.
Why did you say he was old?
He was old.
Really?
Yes.
I start looking around while he's
So he sees you, Dance sees you looking around, and he's like, no, just there, that bed. And he takes you to like the fourth bed into the room. And he's like, it was this one.
Okay.
Are there any monster
I look
tracks?
under the bed.
Okay.
I just start looking, under the bed, around the area, seeing if anything was left behind or.
Right.
I will help you investigate.
So,
Oh, good.
Huckabee, roll perception for me.
Does it matter that he's helping me?
You will get advantage.
Okay.
Do I have to roll something?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm going to help you.
Give me the dice.
Did you see that over there?
Where?
It looks like a sandwich.
I'm just as Mara's talking.
Sandwich.
Really?
What the gosh?
What the gosh is right. What'd you get?
Well, you take the 7.
9.
That's
May
nice.
the gods have favor on us.
Oh, that's really nice. So there is a large, dirty stain underneath this bed,
Okay.
which when you touch it has like an ash-like texture to it.
Oh.
Maybe, I don't know. You're not really sure what it is. It's like a black dust, though.
Okay.
I mean, whatever that is, though.
Whatever that is. I don't know what that is.
Ask him where it came from. Maybe it's an ash monster.
I try to take some of. Can I get some of the ash, or is it in?
Well,
It's just a thing that.
it's just like a thin layer, right?
Thin
If
layer.
you put your hand on it to try and sweep some up, it's just all over your hand.
Okay. So I put my hand on some of it.
All right.
And I crawl out from under the bed and I show it to Morrow. See if he knows. Sorry.
Your hands are so small. Mine are too. But that's clearly an ash monster.
What's an ash monster?
I don't know. Is this from the dead guy?
I don't know. I haven't cleaned up here in a while.
I'm gonna roll Arcana to
Okay.
see if I know of any creatures that would leave this residue.
Sure.
Oh my god, what is going on?
That is a 1.
We're not rolling those dice anymore, Tito. They're really terrible.
I'm gonna roll Arcana,
You have no idea what that is.
and I'm not gonna use those dice.
Don't use the dice that
Something
people can
else.
see. You're right. Much better.
+6. What is that? A 6 or a 9?
It's a 9. So that's 15.
15.
Off the top of your head, you don't know anything that leaves behind fire leaves behind an ash residue.
Well, we're going to the library. I don't know what else to do.
Nothing
the
famous for
library.
that, though. So one of you should go ahead and roll persuasion.
Okay. I guess me, because you
Yeah.
have a -4.
I mean, I have
Or do you have a big
I have a
twist?
+7 persuasion,
Oh, then
but
I have
is
no
the,
pluses.
What is the
for
actual
persuasion.
negatives on again? It's attack throws.
Skill
Attack
checks.
throws, saving throws, ability checks, and skill checks. I think.
Okay.
It's all the things
Yes.
that one can do,
Okay.
but you can
so
check the spell.
that's a 16 persuasion,
Okay.
even with my negatives.
So as you all are getting ready to go, Dance actually says, "Oh, you know what? One other thing did happen that day.
Oh, what is it?
I didn't really think of it as being connected, but we did have a cask of ale stolen from the basement."
Is there something in the basement?
Casks of ale.
Do you mind if we have a look around there real quick? We might find the same powdery residue.
Not at all. Sure, why not?
Was it good ale?
Dun, dun.
No,
It's attack.
none
throws,
of it's
saving
good ale.
throws.
You don't have anything good here
I don't
at
think
all,
you
do
understand the purpose of my fine establishment.
It's not even a fine establishment, really. It's just an establishment.
I wish I had a soundboard for like Law and Order CSI.
Bum, bum.
Boom, boom.
Let's take us to your finest basement.
We only have the one. It takes you downstairs. Where you're in a kind of narrow, low-ceilinged, cramped basement with stacked casks of ale, 3 or so high. The ceiling here is maybe 5 feet, so like you're sort of squatting, the both of you. And as is Dance, who's this kind of like rather huge guy who's like squeezing his way through. Like it was down there, and he points down a little side passageway. This room is maybe like 5 by 15, so it's just like little, 5 or so racks of ale, of ale casks going from one end to the other.
Okay.
With a tiny passageway on one side and a little bit of room in between.
Okay,
each
so I
rack.
start heading down where he's pointing at.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast a minor illusion of just light.
Okay, it's the illusion of a light.
Yes.
So there is a burning flame in your hand, but it casts no light.
Don't worry, we'll all be able to see now.
Thank you. You're so helpful.
It's true.
I know.
See, I'm just like
The
I'm just
room
like
is actually
Caliban.
only illuminated by the open door above, just for the record.
It looks brighter in here.
It doesn't look brighter in
It
here.
feels brighter.
It feels brighter in here. You really should have something in here to like really bring the room around. Maybe like a rug.
I walk away from our own stuff.
What's
when
in
we
the
get
corner?
You're gonna start looking around through the room?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can roll perception.
Okay. Are you going to help me here?
I'm gonna help you because I have all the lights. I don't have to roll, but you
That was
take,
a pretty good roll.
You can take
though.
the 16. This is her
I
roll
kind of
of a
want
16.
that roll.
So you'll roll with advantage, Heckabee, because Morrow is helping you,
That
sir.
over. That's making me nervous.
Tip it over. You're good at rolling.
Bad at rolling.
I got a 9.
Awesome. This is a basement where they store beer.
Thank you.
Pretty straightforward place.
Did you look over there?
Hey,
though?
Mara with the light. Do you want to look around?
Yeah, I'm looking around right now.
I don't see anything around here, to be honest with you. It's just beer.
Well, maybe we could like burn some stuff.
What did you actually roll when you rolled that perception?
7.
And
5.
wow.
Yeah, we're good.
7 was the better
impressed.
one.
She's so much better than her 7 and 1 on the last one.
And yet,
It's
both
really-
times
It's really
I got
only
the
going
7.
downhill, isn't it?
You know, do you have like a torch or something, Dance?
No.
Like a lantern?
Get your own torch.
I have a lantern.
What? Light the lantern. We can see down here.
It's not really having an effect on
this
your roll
illusion-
at this point.
Yeah, I
Just putting
know.
that out there.
It's just the excuse of having another roll.
That's not a.
I don't know what to do.
There's got to be something in the corner though, where the ale was.
I already
Let's
checked.
move around.
I didn't see anything.
I'm gonna move around some of the casks of ale a little bit.
Okay. What's the goal here? You're just moving
See
around
if there's
to look
a
behind
secret
them and
door
stuff.
or something.
So yeah, I mean, you move around some of the casks. You look through the racks. This is a poorly constructed basement, but it doesn't seem too out of the ordinary.
There's no holes or.
Not in the walls that you can see.
What about the ceiling?
No.
What about?
We know the general area that the cask was in, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get on the floor and start feeling the floor
Okay.
to see if I can find anything that feels like the stuff I found under the bed.
The floor down here is quite dusty and dirty.
Okay.
You quickly establish
Okay.
there's between sawdust from casks rubbing against frames and general poor hygiene on the part of the innkeep.
So was the ale was stolen? The complete cask, was it broken? Did someone break into it? Did you see any like?
No, it was just gone.
Is there any other exit from this basement other than the door we came in?
No.
Okay.
So you are looking around. You were looking around the floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was on my hands and knees, like feeling the floor.
Yeah. How long are you looking around the floor in this place for, basically? That's what I
When
wanna
did
know.
you get this cask?
I don't
Has
know.
it been here for a long time?
A while?
Did you get a new shipment recently?
No. Sometime in the fall, I guess.
I'd be looking long enough to sort of crawl over the area in question, right? Like I'm probably not going to be
Okay.
spending hours
Yeah,
looking.
yeah, okay,
But
okay.
I'm going to crawl around
Sure.
the whole area.
Sure.
I'm watching.
I mean, you take about 10 minutes
Yeah.
looking around in here. You don't really find
see
anything
anything.
out of the ordinary.
All right. Well, I've
What
got
was
nothing.
What was the guy's name?
Dance.
No,
Oh, the guy.
the old guy.
I can't remember.
Where was he from? Did he talk to anybody when he was here?
Yeah, I mean, I served him an ale, and he bought a bed. It looked like he had lucked into some money.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where did the money go?
My cash box.
He spent all of his money here?
He's probably homeless, just getting a night out of the cold.
Did he smell homeless?
Would you notice?
In here? Probably not.
Yeah, exactly.
Did he talk to any other regulars in here
I don't think so.
before he went to bed?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Can you point me out to someone that maybe might have talked to him?
Sure. He kind of points out a few people around the bar. Do you want to go around and talk to people?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So roll investigation.
You want to help me?
I'll help him.
Help me. I'm gonna roll all of the investigators.
Oh, nice.
See, they're always bad, right, guys?
They're bad when anyone but you rolls them.
That's a minus a plus 20. Investigate.
Oh, wow.
So, Bob, tell me about. No, wait, not you. Bob, tell me about the
Bob.
old guy. I have one more. I'm gonna totally do like a Columbo. Like, I got one more question.
Just one more thing.
Yeah, I drive a really shitty car. Mark Ruffalo.
So
Mark Ruffalo.
there was a meme that went around a while back that was if we
They're gonna
there should be a
reboot
Columbo
Columbo with
reboot and it
Mark
should be Mark
Ruffalo.
Ruffalo
I see.
because he does actually look a lot like the younger
I
version
would
of
And
him.
acts
love
like him.
a Columbo
and
reboot.
does.
I would too.
I would love to just watch all of Columbo again. Anyways, so you are talking to a kind of matronly sailing woman by the name of Arami, and she says something that actually tips you off a little bit, right? Because she's talking about this guy, and she's like, "Yeah, he seemed a little spooked. He was carrying a knife. Surprised me. You don't really hear of too many people going after those who don't have anything out on the streets." Seemed worried. It's too bad.
Did he say what he was worried about, or just general? I'm angry. I don't know what's gonna happen.
He seemed to be talking about whatever it was that's gone after a few other people recently.
Oh, so he thought they were connected.
Yeah, he did.
What do you think?
Can't say I have much of an opinion.
Did he say what it was?
Said some kind of shadow, something large and vicious.
Something large and vicious than a shadow.
Yes. Some kind of beast stalking the streets of the city.
Yeah, we'd heard something similar.
Seems fanciful to me at best.
Wow.
Someone would see it.
If it was made of shadow, it wouldn't, would it? Maybe smoke of some kind? The ash. What's it? Tendrils of... why am I asking you that? You don't know.
No, I don't.
No. But did this guy... What was his name? Did you get his name?
Let's see if I can remember it. Randolph.
Randolph. It's a good Muppet name.
I have a question. How close is this bar to Darkside Avenue and Wharfway?
Couple blocks. I mean,
Couple blocks.
This
It's
is
all
really
in the
just-
same area? Okay.
Thank you very much, Arame.
Of course.
You're very pretty.
You're very drunk.
And thank you. And I slowly lead him. Jesus
Out of
Are you
the
staying here?
tavern. Just
yeah, I take him out.
okay.
I lead him outside. And
What? She was.
didn't dispute that. Now, how are we gonna find?
So you get
Cal-
some-
Jealous
I
much?
Presumably, you get some lunch into Morrow here, and he sobers up,
Oh, man.
and you meet up at some
Railroading
predetermined
DM. God.
location with. Feel free to tell me you keep drinking.
I keep drinking.
I don't let him drink.
You meet up with Caladrin at some predetermined location, presumably.
We were supposed to meet up at the Duck, but
Yeah.
Okay, so
we just wait for him.
you're eating a very large, crusty ham sandwich when Caladrin shows up.
You got to try the wake up juice. It's very good.
He's been drinking a little bit this trip.
I feel good, though. I feel really good. We've learned some stuff.
Sure. What have you learned?
The guy's-
Mine's not fruitful.
Name was Randolph. That's
Also-
the most important detail we learned.
Also, at the location of where he died, there was a large stain on the floor covered in like an ash type residue.
Some sign of magic?
I couldn't tell, to be honest, and nobody seemed to know where it came from or why.
But he also described a shadow going after him. He seemed spooked. That thing.
The
That
dead man?
The dead man.
Yeah, he had brought a knife with him and was telling people tales about a shadow that was going through the streets, killing people.
Some of his friends.
He knew the other victims.
He did.
Well, that's more a sign that this is perhaps murders and not happenstance.
Maybe it's time we talk to your homeless network.
My network of homeless.
Yes.
Mm.
You're like Batman.
So, do we want to go check out Darkside Avenue? That was
Sure.
the third location that we had.
Yeah, we can try that. We could also try to track down the bodies themselves. I have recently come into some more divine magic that could be of assistance there.
You gotta do some praying.
I can speak with the dead.
Oh.
Oh, that would be helpful.
Are we still near the duck?
Sure, yeah, you're in the Duck right now.
Hey, Dance. Do
Hey.
you know what they did with the guy's body?
Nope.
What happened to it when it was
The
up
watch
there?
coated it off.
The watch.
The bodies might be gone by now, for all we know, burned.
And when did this happen? Last
A week
night?
ago.
A week ago. Yeah, it's gone. Probably. Can you do a locate body?
Yes, it'll find the nearest body.
Locate Randolph's body.
I do not know Randolph.
He is the guy who was killed here.
What do you need for
Not good enough for locate object.
What do you need for locate object?
It has to be something like specific, or if you go general, it'll just tell you whatever the closest thing is.
Knife.
So like,
He
what
had a
if
knife.
we use the ash as like what you're
So
channeling?
like if we were to do the ash where we are right now, it would just go like that
Fireplace.
particular ash is upstairs in
Okay.
there. It's also not super long range.
Okay.
Like
It's only
if
like
we were
500
to
feet or something like that, right?
yeah, or like the center of the city, it's not going to give a very
I think
You know what we
I
should
think
do?
it can go out to a couple miles, but
We should go. We should
I can't remember if you can
go to either Darkside Avenue or Wharfway and locate Ash there,
Mm.
and see if we can find more tracks of the same kind.
We'll find out how Lucky Object works.
No, that's my best idea. You got the best one.
Describe a name and object. Come on,
Yeah.
It's 1,000 feet is the
Okay.
max range.
What would we do if we found that ash? We'd just be like, "Yep, there's ash."
Well, there might be a trail of some sort.
Yeah.
It might lead something.
Well, that made me start thinking about if there was anybody else who was in the room when Randolph was killed, and if it came like through the window or something of the attic.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so
I think the homeless people, if more of them are scared that they're going to get killed, maybe they know more than anybody else does.
Okay. So I guess I'm gonna start heading off to what is it? Darkside Avenue,
okay.
right?
Mhm.
Start headed off there.
Sure.
And I'm gonna look for, people of the homeless vagabond type nature if I can find
Right.
any.
Beggars.
And try to start, talking to people of that kind and see if they know of anything or heard of anything or know Randolph.
Okay. So this is a relatively broad street that was at some point just inside the city walls, and it's actually on the east side of the old city wall. So as the sun goes up and down over the course of the day, it never gets sun except at noon when the sun's directly overhead.
That's why they call it dark side.
It's the dark side of the city wall. So you are it's a pretty broad street. The crumbling wall is on one side. People have started to take building material off of it because it's no longer used, right? So they're just like literally stealing cut stone blocks off of this thing to like shore up their basement and things like that. The other side of it is not wealthy, but by no means poor. So they're like basically the medieval they're tenements, what we would think of as a tenement now. So just like large buildings, section that were originally meant for some other purchase, point sectioned off into like a single family living in a single room type homes. So they are, guild apprentices and merchants, assistants, and dock laborers, but people with consistent employment. And there are a lot of children playing in the street because it's broad and doesn't see that much traffic. And there's a few small businesses around, craftspeople and things like that.
Do I notice or see any sort of people that seem to be sleeping on the street of any kind?
I mean, yeah, there are definitely people like that around here.
Okay.
If those are the sort of people you want to go talk to.
Yeah,
you can
I
do
think
that.
so. I'm gonna try to see if anybody knows the name Randolph or Rudolph.
Randolph.
Rudolph. It's that
It
season.
should be Rudolph. It's Christmas time after all.
It's true.
Ask them if they know of
Bill
any man
Rudolph.
named Randolph, and or have heard of anything of these disappearances or murders.
Right. So go ahead and roll investigate for me.
I can help.
You're not drunk anymore.
You're not drunk anymore.
I'm still resurrected.
That's also still not drunk.
So the two of you are gonna walk around and talk to people.
Yes.
Okay. Go for it.
Calvin's going to try and find in the same area Town Guard.
16.
Yes.
Okay.
Haha, I got a thing.
What did you get total?
18.
Okay. And Caladrin, you said you were gonna go talk to guardsmen.
Yeah, try to
Yeah.
find
So
him.
there's
we're
there's a
talking.
patrol of like 5 guardsmen that seems to relatively regularly pass through the area.
Okay. I'm going to try and flag one of them down.
Yeah, it's easy to do. Gonna do for you.
When the penniless die, where do they go?
Oh, we take them up to the watch headquarters, and the priests come to collect them.
Do you know which priests?
It depends on who's doing charity work that week.
What about the last couple weeks?
I could find out. I'm not sure though. I don't go up that way very often.
So just inquire at the town watch.
Yeah, should be able to tell you.
Thank you. Like flip him a silver.
Thanks. Adventurers are weird. Walks off.
Get money for the stupidest
Meanwhile,
things.
the two of you are talking to an older man who says that the last time he saw Randolph was a week and a half ago.
Okay.
And it was just after another guy disappeared in this area.
What was the other guy's name?
The other guy's name, I can't say I remember. Randolph was spooked by it. They were sleeping in the same alleyway. He said he saw a shape come up out of the street beneath him.
Was that the same alleyway that his friend was died in?
Sorry, no, he was telling you this is what Randolph saw in an alleyway.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
Yep.
Could you point us to the direction of that alleyway?
Yeah, I mean, he easily can take you there.
Yeah.
It's right in this area.
Okay.
It's a little further down the road. He takes you into an alleyway between a couple homes and says, I think it was here. I'm starting to put a little more stock in it now that more people have vanished. Are you looking into this?
Yes, we're trying. So any help that you or anyone you know might be able to give would be a great use.
I'll see what I can do.
What you said it came up from underneath out from the ground?
That's what Randolph said.
Are there any pipes or sewers underneath these roads?
Of course.
Do I see in
Are there
this?
storm drains and stuff that we can see?
Yeah, you guys could go ahead and make a perception roll.
I'll help you.
Don't you have better perception than I do?
I do, but I'm at -4 for
But you're a
everything.
+7.
No, it's just ability checks.
Yeah, my
Attack
perception's
rolls
low.
and saving throws.
Oh, I
So
thought you
skill
had a
check.
7.
Skill checks, there's no penalty.
Skill
Oh,
checks are
really?
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I've been doing a lot better.
Damn it! A 7 again. Like, I can't. I hate this.
So, I mean, going up and down this alleyway.
I'm like blind. I might as well
Looking
be
for
doing this
stuff.
blindfold.
It is cold out. It's cold out.
It's cold. There's little crusty piles of half-melted snow in corners and things like that where the sun doesn't quite reach.
Yeah. Is Caldron with us yet, or is he off
I've
with
come
the guard?
back.
Yeah,
Okay.
Caledron's around.
Do you think it might be? I show him my dirty hand, and like, do you think it might be worth trying to locate this ash? I can't see anything with all this snow on the ground.
I can
Kick
look
it,
around
something.
for it, but I'd have to prepare the spell. It'll take. We'd have to rest for the night.
What was your name?
This guy's name is. Give me a name.
Werner.
Warner.
Werner. I'll give you a silver now, and I'll give you a gold if you come with me with any information about
Done.
where this guy has come from. So I'll give him the silver,
Okay.
and we just want to make sure that no other people are taken away.
Puts it inside a shirt.
Yeah.
I'll go now.
So find out.
Yeah. He skedaddles.
Okay. If you can't find us here, we'll be at the Drunk Duck.
Done. Great. You just made Warner's day.
I love Werner.
Hopefully, he'll make my day. Cause
We should probably just actually do that with a couple more people.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, a silver is like really meaningless to us. I mean, as terrible as that sounds, like we can give that same.
Well,
deal
and so is
to-
a gold, really.
Yeah.
But to them, it's like a month.
sure, we can do that. We can sort of spread the word.
Spread the word.
Um,
And Werner, spread the word.
Okay.
If anybody else that you talk to finds anything, they can come to us.
would it
As
be
well.
possible for me to utilize my underworld contacts to spread the word that we're looking for information about
Sure.
these
Totally.
murders and we're paying for it?
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and start to dip into that pool of scum and also villainy.
Hey, it's where I came from.
Everybody comes from somewhere.
A little dipple do you.
Little dipple do ya. Dipple do. So you're gonna go talk to shady people.
Yeah.
Right? Great. So what kind of shady people are you looking for?
What kind of shady people hang out at night?
Vampires,
Thieves and burglars?
Smugglers.
smugglers,
Thieves, burglars, and smugglers.
Awesome.
also jugglers,
The night dwelling kind.
Right.
bugbears.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of Thieves Guild activity down at the docks. at
there's got to
night.
be.
And especially ones that are under the streets.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's I think like smugglers probably your best bet. Like people who are like taking stuff off ships that they haven't paid taxes for and trying to get them through the city.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking also thieves too. They tend to be around the streets at night.
Right. So you eventually find a large kind of concentration of unsavory sorts at a place you know to go in Waterdeep. It's a tavern called the Cow Shit.
We're doing good today.
And
The sign's got like a
an actual cow pooping. Yes. And
good notes.
it is
Thank you.
it is a fine establishment of exactly the sort you think it is. It is filled with people you put your purse inside your pants before you come
Exactly.
in here.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. And you carry your weapons openly, but this is the place to get things done on Waterdeep's harbor front. And you speak to a guy you know there who used to get you messages and jobs, whose name is Brokney. And he says, yeah, there's a guy in town, kind of a smuggler boss. I can get you an audience.
That would be great.
Done. Tonight,
Sure.
here.
Excellent.
Good. The back room. He kind of points towards a door in the back of the area. You should come unarmed.
Unarmed, eh?
Well, at least leave your weapons in the front.
Understood.
This guy's a little touchy
Paranoid?
about weapons.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially lately for some reason. I don't know why.
Dun dun.
So should we just fast forward to the evening?
The tonight.
Is there
Are we doing anything
shenanigans
else?
want to be
Did
undertaken
you want to
in
go
between?
check out those bodies?
Sure, I'll head back to the Town Watch headquarters.
Okay.
And I'd like to try to work the angle of, I'm assuming that like some of these guys are like probably were mercenaries in their past lives and have settled down into a more stable job, or they
Right.
got hired by a guild or a leader. So trying to get that angle of like getting inside and finding out what I need to know,
Okay.
of like working on the fact of like, oh yeah, remember the days when we don't get paid and we had to march, blah blah blah, and see if I can get enough of a rapport with a couple of the the watchmen to find out like when these bodies showed up, if they thought anything was weird about it,
Right.
even though they haven't really been looking into it, and then possibly what temple or guild made off with the
Okay.
the corpses.
Yeah, you can totally go ahead and do that. You should roll. So you're gonna hit like a tavern or something like that.
Yeah,
where
like
these
I'll
guys
find
are
out like
going off work.
where's the town guard, when they get off shift, where do they go to drink?
Right.
And then
Yeah. So roll investigation with advantage.
okay.
Hey.
One of those is a 20.
Okay. So what's the total then?
Just 20.
Just exactly a 20.
I have no bonus on investigation at all. So
Totally. So you talk to these guys, and the angle where you're like bitching about stuff with them is actually what immediately, like, the conversation totally just comes back to that. Like, you say something like, "Oh, I hear you guys have to haul around bodies when the bodies come in," and the guy you're talking to is just like, "Oh, and it's been terrible lately, right? Because we've got all these ridiculous withered fucking corpses coming in from the harbor side, all these guys dying out in the cold. And Crouch, the watch sergeant, he's just a stickler about them for some reason. I swear to God, I've never seen the guy give a shit about a body before now. But all of a sudden, as soon as one of those things comes in, if the priests aren't immediately along to take it and burn it, he makes us take them to them. So here I am, spending 2 days a week hauling bodies halfway across the city.
What priests are you even taking him to?
Whoever will take them.
So you're just like dragging him over to the plinth? And...
Yeah, basically dumping them in the street.
Why, you said Crouch has never even cared before?
I don't know, until recently.
You think he's on the dime for somebody?
Crouch? I don't know.
Is he the sort?
He's lazy. Maybe he got bitched out by the captain. It's hard to say. You know how it is.
Oh, of course. You know, captain needs to see something done so he can get his promotion.
Exactly.
And just, you know, all the shit, it rolls downhill.
And here I am, carrying corpses.
Mm.
It's a pain in my ass.
Well, you know what that needs? Another drink.
I agree. So, you want to follow up on that in any way?
Let me think about how I want to approach
Okay.
trying to find out more about Crouch suddenly caring about bodies. So if you want to cut to them, you can go ahead.
Sure. That evening, the two of you, a dark tavern filled with shady characters.
I feel naked without my weapons.
I know, me too.
You leave your.
It's a good thing I'm naked, actually.
You leave your. You leave your weapons with a kind of thin, tough, stringy-looking half-orc who seems vaguely familiar to the both of you, and he gives you the same sort of look, but ushers you past through the door into the next room.
Okay.
Where there's a group of humans sitting around a table. With a kind of, there's only one torch lit in here, and it's at one end of the room, so it's kind of guttering. It's dark in here, a little shadowy. It's hard to make out people's features, and there's a couple chairs empty.
Okay, so I
Almost like there's a shadow in the room.
Oh.
I walk up to where they're seated.
Yeah.
And introduce myself. Hello, I'm Heckaby.
Hmm.
And then this is
I'm Marrow.
my companion Maro. Maro or Marrow?
Marrow.
Okay.
And there's a moment where they kind of look at each other, and then one guy he leans over all the way into kind of the darkness at the end of the table, and you realize there's someone seated at the far end actually,
No.
in a smaller chair, and you hear a whispering noise. This guy sits back up and he says, "My employer says he's very interested in you.
Interested. We're interested in him as well.
Says you've been asking questions."
We have been looking into the recent murders that have been plaguing this area.
Says you're asking the wrong kind of questions.
Does he know the questions we should be asking?
Says you shouldn't be asking questions at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Says people who ask questions like you have a bad habit of disappearing around here.
Into desiccated corpses?
Does he want to come out of that shadow and threaten me himself?
Well, maybe I do. And, voice is suddenly very familiar to you.
It's the
Oh
gnome.
my god.
As this guy comes out of the shadows. It's the gnome, Rat Fingers.
Rat fingers.
I tried to screw with you a little bit.
That's a pretty good one.
I give him a hug.
Yeah, he gives you a hug. It was probably pretty much too good of an opportunity. So,
That's a pretty good joke, Rat Fingers.
hey, it was a good joke, if I do say so myself.
How you been?
I'm good. I got a new place.
I see. It's
Yeah.
fancy.
Yeah.
What made you come to Waterdeep?
Say the man who was previously in charge of this region's operations for my syndicate had a, shall we say, fatal attack of iron gut syndrome.
Yeah,
We-
that happens.
Yeah, it
Yeah, around here a lot.
It does.
You should wear like a girdle. to protect your guts.
That's true. You could do that if you wanted to. Why are you still with this guy?
He sometimes says a couple of funny things.
I've had a long day. I was dead just a couple hours ago.
Really?
Yeah.
How was that?
I thought it would be more eventful, but it was mostly just blackness.
Huh.
And then, crazy dreams.
Good times.
Yeah. I'll
So
write them
rat
all down.
fingers.
Trust me.
We've been looking into these disappearances and deaths recently. You know anything about that?
Yeah, I heard you were. When I heard you, I looked into who was asking questions when someone said they wanted to meet with me. Yeah, the problem is, I don't know that much about it, but I think something is related.
What do you think's related?
I used to use the sewers under that part of town to get things in and out, but recently people we send through there don't come back.
Oh,
Think
That's
something was living down
unfortunate.
there?
Yeah,
not a single one, huh?
nobody.
No reports of anything of what it was?
No.
Eesh.
Well, we're going to try to help clean up those sewers for you so you can get back to business.
That's good. That would be good of you.
How do we get down there?
We got a couple entrances. Can show you.
Yeah, if you can let us know, the routes that they took when they didn't come back,
Of course.
we can peruse them and see what we find.
I'll get you that information.
We're very industrious.
I would hope so.
Don't worry, Rat Fingers. We'll clean this up for you in no time. Lickety split.
Also, no moitering this time, all right?
None.
Yeah.
If we do, we'll come right to you.
Because I'm serious. The Waterdeep guys, not as easy to pay off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not.
No.
You don't have any good barristers
They're
here?
not into it. No, they're all, not corrupt. I don't get it.
Yeah, I even asked them
What?
for a badge earlier and they threw me out.
See? What kind of terrible service is that?
They didn't even want some money.
I hate this town.
Too bad all the money's here, right?
I mean,
Sometimes it's not about money.
Well, if you want to go into show business, you let me know.
You're a ridiculous man.
yes, he is.
All right. Well, thanks.
Of course.
So is he going to just tell me what?
Yeah, so he tells you about a smuggling passage they use that is, so there's this main central stone pier that juts out into Waterdeep Harbor, and it has several large sewer grates built into it, right? And he tells you about one near the base of the pier with a bent bar, and the bars next to that are actually false, and you can just slide them up and out and remove them to make a man-sized hole.
Okay, perfect. We'll go check it out tonight.
Be careful.
If we don't come back.
If you don't come back, I'm not coming in after you.
Send more people.
If we find
Not a chance.
If we find anything from your crew, do you need anything back?
Sure.
Just whatever.
Do they
Yeah.
have anything valuable?
I don't know. Maybe George and looks over this. Did they have anything valuable? It's mostly food.
We'll eat it. I'm sure it's good.
Probably shouldn't.
It's good for my health.
All right, so I guess we're gonna just try to meet back up with Caldron wherever
Yeah.
he is.
Right.
I mean, I'll make my way back
Okay.
to you guys.
Yeah, sure.
And let you guys know about the conversation I had with the town guards, where supposedly the sergeant of the watch has taken a keen interest in having these bodies cleaned up.
That's so weird because he didn't seem like he knew anything or cared earlier.
He was the guy that he did point us this way, though.
He did. That is correct.
That is correct.
Maybe this is someone's mistake and he's cleaning up after them. I mean, we witnessed that most of the guards represent specific guilds or lords here in Waterdeep.
Well, fortunately, some friends of mine were also in Waterdeep and have been around for the disappearances. And he said that some of his men that have been going in the sewers have not been coming back. I think between that and the creature rising from the ground, it might be prudent of us to go investigate down there.
Ugh, sewer smells so bad, though.
I know. I've moved so many things through sewers, though. I'm used to it.
Well, if that's what we have to do,
I plan on wearing a mask.
that's not going to help.
Maybe.
It just soaks into your boots, and yeah, you gonna smell like that for like a week.
I can watch up here in case something comes after you guys.
So
That's a thing.
I have two feelings that I need to share.
Crouch
On
is
one
trying to kill us.
hand, I feel like we should go do this at night since that's when these incidences are happening. On the other hand, I feel like if we run into something, I'm worried about this guy. Like,
You should be.
so I don't know if we want to go direct to the sewers and go check them out now, or if we want to give Mara a little rest here.
Sorry. So we know that the out of character. So we know it's a -4 to your ability checks, your attack rolls, and your saving throws. So you could still sling spells fine.
That don't require attack rolls, yeah.
I'm more afraid of him dying again.
My AC's, still horrible, but
I mean,
there's no
he's-
hit points, right?
He's
Hit
as
points are
durable
still-
as he was before.
Well, the saving throws was what I guess.
That is the
Oh,
worst.
okay,
Yeah.
Because that would also be his death saving throws, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it doesn't?
Death saves
Death
are
saves
just
are
like-
not saving throws.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're just like a 10 or better kind of thing.
Okay.
I mean, he's right that most of my spells are
Fine.
DCs that aren't affected by
Okay.
this.
Right.
I mean, the thing would be like if we rest
It's only
for
and it goes to
tonight,
-3.
It just goes to -3.
Yeah.
He has to rest like 4 days in a row. Like,
So what? I guess what's the difference between 1 point?
it is exactly a 5%
That's
difference.
what I was gonna say. Precisely 5%.
Whereas I can still throw like sleep and vicious whispers and all my other spells
Okay.
and
So
stuff.
do you guys want to just head out?
I bet he won't die a second time.
I bet 5%.
5%.
You willing to
Um,
bet 5% on that? Or?
I think, and we have to kind of move fast too because
Yeah.
the caravan is going.
It's true.
But my other thought though is that Crouch is trying to kill us.
I don't. After hearing that, something seems shady about him.
He
But,
sent us here to investigate so that we would be attacked by the smoke monster.
I mean,
He
but we
very
went to go talk to
specifically
Crouch.
told us not to investigate.
Well, but once we did, he was like, "Okay, go here and
Unless he's on
go to these areas."
the most cunning and subtle man that we've encountered in some time.
Well,
it
if he's-
seems more like just general indifference.
If he's trying to kill us with this beast here, lo does he know that we have killed many a beast.
If what you said is true, then we know he's not indifferent. He seemed to care a lot about where the bodies were going to, but he feigned indifference with us.
Mm-hmm.
One of those is false.
Why not then just give us false information?
Because he didn't expect that we would survive.
That seems odd or not likely, but perhaps.
Well,
I
let's
don't
do him
see-
wrong by surviving.
I don't see what the benefit of killing a few random adventurers would be.
Either way, I think.
Yeah.
I don't like the way these sewers are sounding.
I'm going to strap on all of my rapier and wait, no. I only have a staff.
So we're headed down into the sewers.
Thanks for coming.
I got my staff. I'm ready.
I like that. That's nice.
Strapped on staff.
My strapped on staff. It's a +1.
It sounds like to me that
Who's on the staff?
this seems like some wizard's failed experiment gotten loose and Crouch was paid to cover it up.
Mm-hmm. It's possibly.
That seems more likely to me than some plan to try to kill us.
Well, what do you think covering it up entails?
Getting rid of the bodies?
Killing the people who aren't asking questions?
No. That would...
That's the definition of cover up. Like, right?
I
Like
don't think he would try to kill anyone investigating.
well, he's not going to do it. The smoke monster is going to do it. And then it's just, 3 more bodies he has to dispose of.
Well, that smoke monster doesn't know who's coming for it, so.
He doesn't even know what happens in the last season of Lost.
No
That
one
smoke
knows what happened in
monster.
the last season of Lost.
It's really just
No one watches
it's
it.
that confusing.
So
I
we'll
guess
push aside the
start
bars.
heading
Yeah.
over to the bars and.
Okay. So you find yourselves in a long, pretty broad sewer tunnel. It's maybe 15 feet wide. There's a pretty consistent flow of water down this thing. It's not. It's foul.
Yeah.
It's foul. It's not nearly as foul as you would have expected.
That's something, I guess.
That's good. Got some snow melt runoff.
So you're in a sewer. It's heinous beyond description.
But not as bad.
Not as heinous beyond description as you expected.
So
There are branching passageways coming off of this one that look like other parts of the sewer. Your guess is, like, if you went straight up this way and found an exit in like a mile, you'd be on the other side of the wharf district.
Got it. So I'm going to slowly try to retrace the path that Ratgut had let us know that his people were on.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, like, looking around, looking at is the floor just covered in water?
The top half of this is like a square shape, and the bottom of it is a curved bowl that the liquid runs down. And so in some spaces, there's like a jagged, rocky edge that you would walk along if you were perhaps servicing the sewers or smuggling goods.
Okay.
He basically, Ratfingers gave you a route that you could trace, though. There are little boats carved into the stone at certain intervals, and that's where you turn.
Okay.
And the boats are always pointed the direction you have to go.
I'm going to light up my lantern to aid us in seeing.
Right.
I'll cast light as a cantrip as well.
That's. I was trying to do that. It's amazing. I should try to be a priest.
This light's not as good.
I tried to do a minor illusion light, and it didn't.
This is
Everybody disbelieved it.
the simplest of spells that they teach to the acolytes.
Yeah, of divine magic. I'm not really very religious.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start trying to trace the route while keeping I'm going slower than a normal pace.
Right.
Looking at the walls, the floor when there's ever
Okay.
exposed
So you
floor.
could all roll perception.
Okay. Dum dum dum.
12.
Ah, stupid game.
Oh, that was a 14. It rolled over. 10.
Okay.
Or no, 9, sorry.
I'm not gonna even bother telling you my number.
Really?
It's the worst number
That
ever.
bad.
Yeah,
Jell, I don't think... Have you rolled above a 10 tonight?
I got one good roll today,
Okay.
Yeah.
I got
The
16.
16?
and that was it.
You got a 12 though, Morrow.
I did.
Okay. So as you all are going along, eventually you hear what sounds like voices. So you take a right, you take a left, you're following these little ship carvings, and eventually you do hear what definitely sounds like voices
Okay.
up ahead, and you see the flicker of a torch.
So I kind of
I'm going to douse my light spell.
Okay.
and I put out my
Put out your lantern. It's suddenly very dark around you.
I know. I just was like, well, then now what do I do?
Can I pay attention to the voices?
Can we hear what they're saying?
They're
or-
kind of echoing. It's hard to hear exactly what they're saying.
Okay.
You
I'm
can
gonna
kind of.
You want to sneak up?
I'm
need
gonna
to get
start sneaking
closer
up
to-
forward. Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and roll stealth.
I have a good stealth modifier. Even if I roll shitty, maybe it'll work.
Maybe.
Caldron's going to stand right here.
You're not
I
stealthy
am
at all.
too.
I have disadvantage with stealth.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
of my armor. So
Oh, for the love of all that's holy.
8.
That's nice. I like that.
Yep.
It's a good roll. It's my favorite kind of roll. So the face you're making. So you are coming along this slightly curving passageway, right? And it's curving down away from you. Down away from you. So you're going down a little deeper as you go through it. And eventually you come to a sort of there's like a vertical chute above you, and you're in a little room where something must be able to come up from above, and there's 2 other branching passageways off of this one. It's like maybe this is like a storm cistern that would fill with water if the sewer system was overflowing or something like that. But right now it's pretty much, there's some like kind of icy turd runoff and things like that in here, but it's really not, like flooded or anything like that.
Okay.
And you can see down a relatively narrow tunnel. It's maybe 4.5 feet in diameter. You could crouch and go down it into a lit, and this is where all the light is coming up out of that this tunnel, and it at a relatively steep angle you can see down into a little room below, some sort of larger cistern or something like that.
Okay.
Or passage, and in there you can see 3 people talking to each other. One of them you immediately recognize. It's the guard captain, Sergeant.
Oh,
Soleus.
shit.
It's Crouch.
Crouch?
Yeah. And he is talking to 2 other guys in black. They're wearing black vestments
Okay.
of some kind. Like they look like priests.
Of course, evil cultist priest.
And Justin, can you pass me the Dungeon Master's Guide?
That's
You
a
mean
player's
Player's
handbook.
Handbook?
Yeah, sorry.
You have the dungeons.
You're the dungeon master.
And he is saying to them, I'm going down into the chamber now.
I'm listening.
I'm not to be disturbed.
Crouch is saying this.
Yes. And one of them says back, of course, master. We understand.
Okay, so I'm going to sneak back to them. I wasn't really sneaking to me.
Okay.
But
Murrow, you hear something brush against the cavern or the tunnel wall around you.
There's something here.
There is something moving in there with you.
Brush against me?
No, you
The
hear it
cavern
like
wall.
brush against
Oh,
the
like-
stone nearby you.
Caldron, look around. Look. There's something
It's
here.
completely pitch black.
you guys don't have the light on.
I'll light.
You're
Cast
gonna-
light again.
Okay, you're gonna cast a light spell. Okay, there is a. Huckabee, what were you doing? You turned.
I was
around-
going
Coming back
back
to
to
us.
them.
You turned around and came back. I thought so. About 15 feet ahead of you, Caladrin, there is a hideous, bulbous, floating brain with you're seeing the back of it. So with an array of long, fibrous tentacles hanging from the bottom of it, and the tentacles are covered in tipped barbs, blackish hooked barbs. Huckabee, the light suddenly comes on in front of you. It kind of half blinds you for a second. There's this giant floating brain thing in front of you. You can see the front of it where it has a massive beak, the size of like a human head. It has no eyes or anything like that, just this huge beak with a nose, and then it lashes out at you with its tentacles.
Me?
Yes, everyone rolls for initiative.
Well, shit.
Oh boy.
I got a very good roll there of a 4.
Oh, okay. A 7.
That was the best possible choice you could have made, was to cast Light Caladrin.
Rather than letting it ambush her.
Yep.
There you go, Janelle.
Thanks.
Get him, Huckabee.
Okay, so
Stab him in the brain.
what'd we all get?
4.
7.
Got a 4. Given the look of horror on your face, I think that was appropriate.
Yeah.
14.
Oh wow, I got a 14.
a modifier?
Oh,
And
17.
Okay.
18.
18.
You have +4 right there.
It got,
Oh.
Yeah.
it got a 5. So
I read my
it
proficiency
is
bonus.
Huckabee's turn.
Sweet. I just got hit, or
No, so
I reacted before
because he turned on the light, you did not get surprised.
he did. Okay.
So I didn't get a free attack round essentially against us.
Oh my god. I mean, I guess I'm attacking.
And it's just so we're clear, it's hovering in midair
yeah.
as to how it's moving around. Okay.
It's
It's
just
still real
It's
weird.
just hovering in
floating.
midair with tentacles hanging
Excellent.
from it and a beak mouth.
So now that I'm really quick question before I do anything.
Yeah.
Now that I'm 5th level, I get that second action.
You get a second attack.
So if you
second attack.
attack, you get 2 attacks.
Okay. And that means I can attack with my sword and then like cast a spell.
No.
That's not until later.
If you take an attack action, you attack twice during it.
Yeah. Later on, I think the Eldritch Knight does get to do that.
I thought that was 5th level. I have to look it up. Okay.
To do that, I think it's like 7th level.
7th level? Okay. That's all I've been waiting for.
Yeah, you get to start like casting your spells and then making a free attack after
Yeah.
you've cast a spell.
Do I think that they are within my burning hands cone? It's 15 feet.
No,
Okay.
they're not within it.
Okay, so I'm going to cast burning hands.
Okay.
It's a 3d6.
Oh, you mean us?
Yeah, you guys. I didn't want to
I
torch.
thought you were talking about the guys back the other way.
No. I didn't want to torch you guys.
How far away is it from us?
15 feet.
And she's another
I'm
on the other side of it.
Yeah.
She's another
a couple.
15 feet.
Ooh, good. That's not terrible.
And that's a dex save it has to make, right?
What is it?
I don't know, actually.
Burning hands. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
What's your spell save DC?
13?
Okay.
That went up when your thing went up.
Probably
did
went
it?
up by
Yeah.
1.
Should be up. Yeah, one more.
By 1?
Yeah.
So it's 14.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like 8 plus your proficiency plus
Dexterity.
the ability
All
modifier.
right. It fails.
Okay.
So
So
it
it
takes.
takes full damage.
Okay.
Nice, which was what, 13?
13.
Yay.
Fire, fire, fire.
Whoosh!
Caladrin.
That is my oh shit maneuver.
Yeah.
It's to cast
This
burning
thing
hands.
doesn't
It's
look
not,
nice.
not a bad thing.
We'll run up and try and hit it with our greatsword.
Okay.
Let me find some dice here. That's probably not gonna hit, so we're gonna guided strike before we tell you what the number is.
Okay.
20.
That's hit.
Okay. Thanks, Tempest. For 11 damage.
Okay.
Is it still moving?
It doesn't make any noises with that beak aside from like you smack your weapon into it and like the mouth comes open and a like hideous pink tongue like lashes around and like scrapes the beak edges and like the tentacles are all whipping around trying to defend itself from you and scraping against the stone, and it lurches forward at Hecabe. Of course.
Does it look like my sword actually did something?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna
Yeah,
take
so I mean your greatsword sinks into it and this grayish black ichor sprays out.
if I feel like I did something to it, I will use one of my war priest
Okay.
charges to hit it a second time. Does 14 hit?
It does.
It does. Okay. That'll be another 7 damage.
Okay.
And then I get hit. My AC is 17.
Then it's
Okay.
the-
And it throws itself at you.
Ah, don't touch me.
Nope. Hey, get it away. Eh,
What's your AC right now?
17?
Okay.
Stab it with fire.
I tried. It's still coming at
Stab
me.
it with fire.
I thought
Yes.
the fire would convince it to go the other way.
It bites you with its
oh, it bites me?
it bites you with its huge beak for 8 and
No.
whips you with its tentacles for 4 more.
I'm
And
going
I'm going to ask you to
make.
make a constitution saving throw.
Oh my god, hold on.
You,
So I just
you,
took 12
I'm going to use
damage?
my one of my bardic inspirations to do some cutting words at it.
Okay.
And after the creature, but before the DM determines whether the attack roller or before the deals its damage. So this is before it deals its damage. I'm going to roll a 1d6.
Okay.
Try and reduce it by 4.
Sweet.
Said, you can't hurt us. We are blessed by the gods.
Done.
Sweet. Thank you.
What was that about not being very religious?
I'm trying to convince the monster thing.
Give me that constitution saving
Oh.
throw.
Sorry, totally forgot. God damn it. 10?
Okay. So the barbs wrap around your the barbed tips of it cut through your because you're wearing like leather armor,
Yeah.
right? Cut through your armor and pierce into your skin.
I have studded leather.
Yeah, and you see now that they are covered with a viscous clear slime, and you feel as the slime touches you, your body begin to go limp. So Hecabe is grappled, poisoned, and paralyzed.
Good. I'm
Oh
like
my God.
all the
So
status.
she falls. She like falls totally limp, and the thing starts to lift her off the ground.
No, we're definitely reading chat.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to cast dissonant whispers.
Okay.
And continue to be. The priest of Tempest will eat your soul, send you back to the demon hell.
Okay. What does it need to do?
It is a wisdom save, DC
Failed.
15.
What does it do?
3d8 psychic damage.
Ouch.
And it failed, so it runs away.
Okay.
Takes its.
With me?
Yep.
No, I think it drops everything and runs.
Does it say it drops everything it's holding?
Yeah.
That's worth checking.
Oh, God.
I'd like that checked.
All right. Well, that's 9 plus 16 psychic damage. Is it still up?
Yep.
Is it dead yet?
Is it dead yet? Is it dead yet?
Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
Yeah.
What does
As goofy
dissonant-
as the mechanic was, like the 4th edition bloodied mechanic, at least like gave you a really good. It's like, and now it's bloody. Like, okay, we know it's
halfway done.
approximately halfway
Right.
dead.
Uses its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from you.
Sweet.
The creature doesn't move into obvious dangerous ground, such as a fire or a pit.
So it's just gonna drag Heckabee away.
Yup.
Great.
So it floats away.
Just like the new Evolve trailer, where the monster like grabs things. And
It's exactly. We're fighting a wraith.
Yeah, it floats away down the passageway as fast as it can.
With
Which
Heckabee.
way? Which way?
Away from
away
you.
from the dude with the great sword.
Away from you. Directly away from you.
back
So back the
towards-
way Heckabee just came from.
Okay.
Towards the light. And then it is Heckabee's turn, but she is
Grappled, paralyzed, and
poisoned.
poisoned.
And then it's Calidrin's turn.
Yeah.
everything.
How
It's
far?
about 30 feet away from you.
Oh, good.
I thought
I can
3d8
move
damage
30
would be a
feet.
good thing.
Okay.
I'll run up 30 feet. And we're gonna hit it with a sword. Well, that'll be a hit for 11 damage.
Okay, so you leap at this thing as it is trying to escape. It's wobbling in the air, and you cut into the side of its like right bank of tentacles, severing most of them, and it kind of flops out of the air and like tries to move by pushing itself further away from you, and you flip your greatsword hilt up, and you put it all the way down into this thing.
Nice.
And it
Nice.
stops moving.
Good.
And I'm still not moving either, I assume.
Yeah, Heckabee is not moving.
Help her.
Okay, so I know
I
in
run forward.
old editions how this used to work, but in 5th, do I have any sense of whether or not healing spells cure paralysis?
They won't,
Okay.
to my knowledge, but you could look at the spells themselves.
I don't remember seeing anything like that. I didn't know if it was something that was on that. Look, I remember in Basic
What's changed?
Expert,
What's different?
In
Right.
Basic Expert, they can be used to cure paralysis. Correct.
which was basically like, we hate ghouls because ghouls are really, really nasty.
Well,
Half the party is like paralyzed for an hour.
can I look over her with a Arcana roll to see
You can.
if this is magical in nature?
No. Okay.
Oh my God.
That's a 1.
Well, it's obvious to you that this is not magical in nature.
Okay. It's not magical, so
I would
don't
actually
know what to do.
like to make a perception check
Okay.
and see if the guys down the hallway a little bit are reacting.
And
at all.
the moment you think of this, you hear, "I'm sure I heard something,"
Oh, good.
coming closer to you, and the scraping of like the hilt of someone's sword or like the scabbard against a stone wall. And you and Mara look at each other and you meet eyes for that second, and then that's the cliffhanger.
Nice.
All right, everybody. That was really fun. Thanks, everybody, for watching today. This is a shorter session. Sorry. We have a lot of stuff to do before the holidays. But we will see you not next week because it'll be Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry
And
Christmas.
then the week after that, it'll be
New Year's.
New Year's.
New Year's. So we'll see you next year.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Wow.
that's how it
2015.
works out.
I can't believe we would have ring in the new year, paralyzed, grappled, and poisoned.
Just how I like it.
But alive.
That's
Bye.
But